Okay, so what's the easiest thing to do when we don't want to bite the bullet, especially when there's an issue being confronted? Naturally, it would be to point fingers at someone else. And that's the same thing that's happening to the fast food industry. The fast food industry is being pushed off the cliff. And I've been doing research for this for quite a while now. It's caught my attention. For a couple weeks in November, they've been coming out with articles about the fast food. And the issue is they're blaming fast food for obese Americans. And however, I know that the fast food industries are not the reason for obesity and should not be held responsible for people, young or old, who are victims of it. Even though there are some politicians, writers, and parents who think otherwise. To prove this, I will talk about the views of the people who believe it is the cause of obesity and that they should take responsibility, and talk about why fast food is not the reason and should not be held responsible, and politicians, why we should fight against politicians who are involved with this, who think that fast food is the cause of obesity. So, going into why people believe that fast food is the cause of obesity, again, Michael John Jacobson, director of the Center for Science, claims that it's time for the fast food companies to stop exploiting children in order to sell more junk food. So they're claiming that it just targets too many children. It's not what they should be doing. It's not promoting good health, and they're finding problems with that. And they claim that the food is just too fattening, it's unhealthy, and it doesn't meet nutritional standards. And what happened most recently was, if you've heard about it, the ban in San Francisco on Happy Meals. The supervisors of San Francisco County had banned 8 to 3 Happy Meals, and this will go into Act 2012 because they think it's targeting to children. And the children are seeing these toys in these Happy Meals and saying that we want these toys in the Happy Meals. Oh, they're not banning Happy Meals, they're banning the toys in Happy Meals because it doesn't meet nutritional standards. And this is already in effect in Santa Clara County, and it could move further to LA, which is something that has been discussed. Clara Fry from the Daily Money says, a new study of Cornell estimates that the annual cost of treating obesity in the U.S. is $168 billion, representing about 16.5% of our national medical care costs. That's some food for thought. Next time you're wondering what can be done to rein in your ever-rising health insurance costs, as well as our national tab for Medicare. So she brings up a big accusation here. She's saying it's costly. Fast food industries are costing us so much money, it's causing our Medicare to increase. So as I'm reading this article, I see the $168 billion in bold. So I click on it to find more information of where she got this. I read the article, and I found out that we have been deceived by this. So going on to the reasons why fast food industry is not the cause of obesity, as I looked on that article and read through it, according to psychorg.com, the Colley, he's the man that did the study, he says, our methods build on previous studies that show that similarity in weight among family members is due to genetics, not shared environments, Colley explains. So he's saying that it's due to genetics. It mentioned lack of exercise and psychological problems. Nowhere in the article did I see that it was linked to fast food industry. And these are more problems that deal with our bodies and just choices and anything. And the money part, the $168 billion, that was he said that money is actually overestimated because they take into account the treatments for obesity, some people with the psychological disorders, psychiatrists, and that's, costly. So it's a little bit overestimated, a little bit exaggerated, as he claims in this article. And so she had misguidance in that. And they also claim that the children are wanting these meals, like the Happy Meals, the toys. They're like, Mom, I want this, like this and that, you know. And we have to take into consideration that the parents have an option of saying no. They have an option of telling the children no. Okay, so what's going to happen if a child is going to go to a McDonald's, they want to get a Happy Meal, let's say they really wanted fries with that. Because of this ban on the Happy Meals, that's maybe they can't have fries with it because it's not meeting the nutritional guidelines, the children's going to say, well, get me a side of fries. You know, what's going to stop them from still getting what they want? If the parents can't take control of their children. So, also, it can hurt future generations because if we start just saying that we're going to blame these fast food companies for the cause of obese Americans, and when the real reason is within ourselves, within, you know, our communities and whatnot, and our responsibilities, our children are going to grow up like, okay, well, if I have my kids not eating McDonald's, you know, they're not going to be fat, which is not true because, as he said in the study, it's genetics, lack of exercise, it's more than that. Even if you don't start eating the fast food or if they meet nutritional guidelines, doesn't mean that obesity is going to stop. Okay, so also fast food has done a good job. Believe it or not, it's not the healthiest for you, but it's meant to be fast, convenient, and cheap. You go in, you go out. It's not meant to have it every day. It's your choice on that. And fast food, they have done so much. They, according to Sergio Gaston, LA, he's the LA Minority Business Enterprise Center. He claims that businesses will hurt and entrepreneurs will greatly be affected because McDonald's has made many millionaires and entrepreneurs owning their own franchises. They have employed more African Americans than any other company, and Ronald Jones was one of the first who started working at McDonald's in the 1960s, and he is one of the, he's the all-time, big man in the McDonald's industry, and he has done so much within the communities with jobs, schooling, and also I looked on the McDonald's website just to get more information on this, and they have articles about cutting calories if you're diabetic, ways you can do it, ways to cut the sodium, the carbs, and they know it's not the best thing. They're trying their best. They have salads, they try to promote other things. And if you need to find the nutritional information, you can go in and get a pamphlet if you really want it, if it was a big concern. Okay, so why should we fight back against the politicians who think fast food is the cause or are getting involved with this? In the San Francisco ban, the supervisors who had banned it, it was 8-3. But the mayor had vetoed this. He says, in the LA Times, he says, quote, while the ban has good intentions, it's parents, not the politicians, who should decide what our children eat. And I fully agree with this. And the politicians, they're not food police. They're meant to stop crime or expense budget. And city services, and that's what they should really focus on because we know that we can always do improvements on that. And instead of the politicians trying to ban this, I think they should focus on promoting good health because how easy is it for our children in our schools to go to the student stores or where they're giving out junk like chips or sodas and whatnot. It starts with our schools, so maybe they should promote it in the schools within instead of just out in the food industry and spend the time stressing there. And also, politicians, some of them are just getting money in the wrong ways. There was a lawsuit recently that had happened, and a guy claimed, he said that, I think it was Carlos Jr. claimed that it's 100% Angus beef. So he thought it was healthy, and now he's obese. So he blames them for that. So there's a big lawsuit that's been going on for 2 years, according to the LA Times. And I just think that's absurd. So I'm sorry, I don't know how many burgers, Angus beef burgers you're eating a day. according to E-Diet, Susan Burke says, and this is probably one of my favorite quotes, you can't legislate food. Food is not a physically addictive substance. Nobody can put it in your mouth, chew it, and swallow it for you. You can't legislate thinness in America. And I totally agree with her. And so in conclusion, fast food is being targeted for the reasons some people don't want to put into their own hands. And fast food has how it's been for 50 years, fries, burger, and a Coke. There's no reason a parent or politician or anyone should make fast food the cause of obesity. And if this was true, their priorities are set wrong. So for tomorrow, for Thanksgiving, don't be going to that local KFC and the next day blaming that you just gained all this weight and you're obese now. Okay. All right.